Great catching up with Randy Costa, who's going to be back in action against Adrian Yanez at UFC Fight Night on July 24th. Randy, what's up? How's it going?
James, life is good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking. Not everyone asks, so I'm doing it a good Canada Day weekend. I know you have this fight coming up, but did you get up to anything on the 4th of July? You seem like a guy who's not going to stay in the house on a day like that.
No, man. I'm as you probably can imagine, I just sat in the sun and just took it all in.
That's good.
All those hot dogs are going to be eaten on July 25th. We just saved them.
There you go. Put them in the freezer, de-thaw them, have them after, and re-barbecue them or something. Do it there as well. Let's talk about this matchup, man. I know this was a fight that was sort of made on social media, and it came together. Just how excited were you to get the fight? Because I know this is something both of you wanted.
Yeah, man. I'm really excited for this fight. More so as a fan perspective than like the fighter perspective. This fight stylistically is just so much fun, and it's cool. It's cool to see Twitter getting so much behind it. I hope the UFC pushes the fight a little bit because, man, there's some potential with this fight. You know, Adrian's very good. He punches hard. He's very fast. He's very exciting, and I think you can probably say the same about me. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, man. I really can't wait. Yeah,
stylistically, this has got to be fight of the night on paper if you're looking at the rest of the card. And I think in general, just even in this year, like this has got to be one of the best fights they put together. It seemed like you got a lot of notice for this fight. How long has camp been once you found out?
Man, I've been in camp since like last Easter, dude.
That's true, yeah. Since moving to Florida.
Obviously, I fought in September. I was campaigning to fight right away. I was trying. Didn't get the fast turnaround, not because of my choice, but because of whatever agenda that is going on. So I was getting ready for Trevin. Something happened with my back. I had to pull out of the fight against Trevin. Then I was back in camp. About a month and a half later. So I've been in camp, I guess, since January 1 to first week of March, and then took the rest of March off, and then been back in camp since, I guess, the first week of May, or first week of April, rather. I feel really good, man. My weight is on point. I didn't let myself get fat, or everything is just, we're in the right place at the right time. I'm really excited, man. I really can't wait. You know, I'm taking Adrian very seriously, and I hope he's doing the same for me.
Yeah, no, it sounds great. And I know part of that as well as I know you're now at Sanford MMA. What sort of prompted that switch? Because I believe you were at American Top Team before that.
Yeah, I mean, I only did one camp at Top Team. That was the first gym that I hit when I came down to South Florida. Sanford is where I'm going to be, man. That gym is fucking awesome. I don't have enough good things to say about all the guys there, about the facility, about the coaches. Everything's just right. I just feel like I'm in a really good spot, man. Everything is just clicking perfectly. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to show like all the development, you know. I haven't fought in a little while. And from my first UFC fight to my second UFC fight, you could see massive improvements. From my second UFC fight to third UFC fight, you could see even bigger improvements. Now we're talking another 10-month layoff. I'm going to be 27 years old tomorrow. I think it's now it's time to, you know, buckle in and actually make a run for it. I'm excited, dude. I'm really excited for this year.
What was the connection to Sanford? Like, did you know someone specifically over there? How did you end up training there?
Well, Soriano was from Sean Soriano.
That was the name I was thinking of, actually, because I know he's an East Coast guy originally as well, right?
But Sean Soriano, I'm very friendly with. Andre Sukumtak, who was also training there before he made that move to ATT. But man, Henry's just a good guy, and he's like a great kickboxing mind, right? So as soon as I slid into his DMs, he seemed like he was very excited to talk to me, and he treated me like I was actually welcome. Like it was cool, man. They're really fucking cool over there.
Yeah, and an influx of new fighters coming in. I know not in your weight class, but, you know, like Brendan Allen's coming over there. Ian Heinisch is there now. What's it been like seeing all the names that are coming through? Rory McDonald, like what's that been like for you?
That's definitely cool, man. Maybe not some. I mean, not everyone will say the same thing. And, you know, you see other UFC guys, it's not really a big deal. But, you know, when you start seeing like Rory and Gil Burns and Chandler and Vitor and Robbie, then it's something different, dude. Then it's like, holy shit, like, these are the guys that like literally they paved the way for the younger generation like me. So it's really, really fucking cool to have them like watching me move and, you know, hearing what they have to say about the things that or the way that I do things. It's just really cool, man. I like it. I just feel like I'm in a really good fucking spot.
Let's talk about Adrian Yanez, 13-3 record. We know what he's going to do. He's going to try and stand and trade. That's what, you know, makes us the fight of the night here. How do you look at this fight from a style perspective?
Stylistically, I mean, the physical attributes, I'm a little bit taller. I'm probably a little bit thicker, and I'm definitely a little bit longer. He's a little bit shorter reach, little thinner than I am, but I would probably give him the speed advantage. His hands are fucking fast, like definitely fast. But I think that you could probably say that I probably have the power advantage and or the explosive advantage. But this fight is just so exciting, man. You can say either guy is a better kickboxer or a better MMA fighter or better. It doesn't. We're just two different exciting kickboxing style fighters. It's just such an exciting matchup, and I'm really looking forward to it, man. You don't necessarily know what you're gonna get with Adrian, but you know that you're gonna fight someone with fantastic counters, fast hands, and super fast, and can hold the pace for the whole time. I'm excited to go in there and test it, man. I'm probably gonna have to dig deep in this fight, man. Adrian's very tough. He's game. He's fought a lot of guys. He has more experience than I have. He's also tough, you know. He's that tough Mexican style. Those guys aren't easy to put away. I'm gonna go in there gunslinging. I'm gonna throw my limbs as hard as I can, and hopefully it lands on something before one of his limbs lands on me. I can't wait, dude. I really can't wait.
Yeah, I don't think we're all anticipating this fight. It's going to be awesome. We talked about how big of a gym Sanford is. Who are some of your main training partners? We talked about Soriano. I'm sure you're working with him. Who are some of the lighter guys you get to work with?
Yeah, we just had that. I'm going to apologize in advance because I'm probably going to butcher his name. But Yuya something. He fought Mighty Mouse on ONE FC.
Oh, yeah. I remember him, yeah.
He's really good, man. I'm getting really good work with him. Yeah, we mix it up a lot. A couple other regional guys that are working. The kid Scrappy, who's on The Ultimate Fighter, working with him a little bit. Just getting good work with guys of a similar build to Adrian. Everyone looks at Sanford and sees all the big names there, but dude, there's a whole pool of smaller guys that just haven't got the recognition yet. But dude, there's a lot of really good local, bigger regional talent at Sanford that just hasn't had that chance to explode yet. And I think that this year you'll see probably 2 or 3 more guys at least from Sanford on the lighter weight classes getting that call to UFC, all who I've had the privilege of being able to train with.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Kind of being on the come up with those guys as well, which is really cool. We talked off air. I always compliment you on your sprints at the stadium. I don't know where you are. It's like a stadium or something like that doing the sprints. You can't do that back east, this time of year. Maybe you can now because it's warmer, but that's something you can do year round in Florida. How much has that helped you with your conditioning? Because I've done the stairs. It's freaking tough, man. But you do it with ease by the looks of it.
Actually, at home, I was doing it in like January, February.
Oh, were you in the bad weather too, just like Rocky style? Yeah.
Yeah, at Harvard Stadium. Harvard Stadium's like the best on the Northeast because it's a public stadium and it's built like a coliseum almost. It's fucking awesome. But dude, I swear by the stadium, dude. It's like it's not only that physical push, but it's also that mental push. You know, you can see the end, but obviously it sucks. You have to climb up there and you can't breathe and it's fucking hot. You know, it's just I like it a lot. That's the FAU campus in Boca D1 school. There's normally a few other guys working out there. A lot of the guys from Daru go over there and work out. So it's cool, man. I like it. I feel like I'm in really good shape going into this fight. Weight's on point, gas tank's on point. I can't wait to go out there and fucking finally.
I did a couple of years ago, and obviously I'm not a professional athlete, clearly, but I did the CN Tower climb a couple of years ago, and like you mentioned about the elevation, it's the tallest building in Canada, one of the tallest ones. You do like a race. I had this plan. I'm like, okay, I'll pace myself. Once you hit a certain point with the elevation, my like game plan went out the window because it's like I can't breathe. So the fact that you're doing it like with ease and getting used to that, it's so crucial. Like not only for just obviously your leg strength and conditioning, but also getting in that little bit of elevation on the way up, right, as you're doing the stairs, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah, man, 1,000%. And just the fact that I'm climbing, I can't just walk up the stairs. That's why you have to like explode and push. So it's I'm building a lot of muscular endurance while getting a good sweat. And of course, James, I'm working on my tan.
Of course, most important part. Got to look good this time of year, right? There's a lot of competition out there in Florida, right? Yeah, got to stand out. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Same guys, man. I'm going to have Lozon and Greg Rebello, and actually surprise my dad. I have my dad in the corner spot this time.
Awesome.
Be cool, man. I'm excited. He wasn't expecting it, man. I'm sure it's one of those things that he always wanted to do, but never really wanted to ask me if he could do. So it was cool to be able to surprise him.
You and Rebello still keep in touch a lot? I guess if he's cornering you, that the answer would be yes.
Yeah, man. Rebello and I, we talk every single day, just about any. Rebello, I look at Rebello like a big brother, man. Rebello's he's good to me, man. I like Rebello.
Yeah,
he's good guy.
Yeah, exactly. And he can help you with the smack talk as well. Rebello's pretty good at that stuff. July 24th. I know you feel like you're going to get your hand raised, but how do you see the fight unfolding?
I don't do the prediction thing. I don't like when people say I'm going to knock this guy out. I mean, yeah, dude, obviously I think I'm probably going to knock him out. That's why I'm fighting. But I'm not going to say that because I respect Adrian's, ability, his skill set. He could 100% knock me out. This is either going to be a firefight or someone's getting slept in the first in the first round. I'm not sure which direction it's going to go. I obviously see myself, and I truly believe that I'm going to be the one with the hand raised, but you're not going to catch me talking about Adrian in a negative way, man. It's just not going to. I'm not going to tell you I want to knock him out and kill him, this, that, the other thing. I just want to win the fight, man. I'm ready to go, ready to put on a show. I'm going for the knockout. I'm sure he's going for the knockout. It's going to be a good fight, man. I can't wait.
Oh, by the way, we got McGregor and Poirier this Saturday at the time of recording this. How do you think that one plays out? Because that's an interesting fight.
That is a very interesting fight, and I think we're going to probably see a fight closer to the first fight, but I do think Dustin's going to win. The reason why I think it's going to be closer to the first fight is because going into the last fight, Dustin was the perfect opponent for exactly what Conor was training for. He was training for a lefty boxer in Manny Pacquiao. That was very relevant, or that was very apparent in how the fight played out. It was very clear that Conor probably hadn't been working his kickboxing or overall MMA skills, just based on how his stance was. There was no way that his stance should have been that low when he was so explosive and had so much success in the first fight, being light on his feet. I think McGregor's not a dumb guy. I think he probably realizes that his key to victory is to be explosive, be tricky, and be flashy, and get Poirier out of there within 2. If it goes after the second round, it's in the bag for Poirier.
Love it. Where does a win over Yanez put you, do you feel like, in the division? Because you're getting up there, man. You're starting to get some momentum. I think the win, especially on a big card like this, definitely situates you well in that 135-pound class.
I think that if I get another knockout win, first round, second round, third round, whatever it is, I think I'd be undermining myself by saying I probably don't deserve a top 15 guy. That'll be 3 knockouts, back to back to back, 2 first-round knockouts, and then however this fight's going to play. With a loss, I don't think it does really that much for either of us. I'm not going to say it's a high-profile fight, because it's definitely not a high-profile fight, but it's a higher-profile fight than where we are in the UFC. You have 2 guys who are prospects, per se, fighting each other. So I think both of our stocks go way up after this fight, and I think that we probably just, earned a higher profile or top 15 or just outside the top 15 type fight for a win for either of us.
Yep, and we can't wait, man. It's July 24th, UFC Fight Night. Randy, appreciate the time. I'm not going to keep you from those stairs or going to the beach today. I'm not going to do that. But in the meantime, anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
No, man. Randy Costa 135 on Twitter. Randy_Costa on Instagram. Follow along. We got 3 weeks to Fight Night, James. I can't fucking wait.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.